The 2024 presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump has came and went. This is most likely going to be the only time that they're going to debate. Next month, we're going to have the vice presidents, J.D. Vance and Tim Walz. They're going to have their debate, right? And the election is November 5th. So, in all likelihood, this is probably the one and only time that these two are going to debate each other. And a lot of pundits saying that Kamala Harris won this debate. And if that's the case, because really I don't swing on either side of the spectrum, this is a case of somebody winning the battle but still could lose the war. This is a case where someone could win the battle but still lose the war. And me personally, there were no winners in this debate. If you ask me, it was nothing more than a mudslinging contest, right? It was nothing more than a mudslinging contest to see who would get the most zingers and or the most insults or the most attacks on whatever, whether it be on what they did or policy wise, but neither one of them really offered anything to the general public of how they're going to combat the key issues at hand. Now, if you follow my channel for any length of time, I've always hinged my vote on three things: reparations for the foundational Black Americans, ending qualified immunity, and an anti-Black hate crime bill. Those are the three major issues that I have staunchly planted my flag on, and I don't plan on taking that flag off the ground for anything or anyone. And neither one of these individuals has provided that. And then whatever plans they did happen to cook up or whatever could easily be debunked. It could easily have holes poked in, like Kamala Harris was talking about. Oh, well, I'm gonna give $25,000 to first-time home buyers, or we're gonna build 3 million homes. But the problem with that is we already have homes that are already up for sale. We already have homes that are available around the nation. We got a lot of homeless people around the nation. But yet you're going to give money, resources, and subsidies to the illegals, people who are not supposed to be here. And we all know why that they're giving all this money, resources, and subsidies to people who are not supposed to be here. And this is an attempt to drown out the black vote. So neither one of them offer any plans, and then the plans are the plans that they do offer is so thinly veiled that it's a nothing burger. So if you ask me, there are no winners in this debate. Neither one of them won. We've learned nothing outside of the people who already had their preconceived notions or who was they going to vote for. But as far as who really won the debate, nobody won this debate. Now a lot of pundits was going to say that, oh, Kamala Harris, she won this debate because she baited Trump into being unhinged and all that. But who didn't know already that Trump was unhinged? Who didn't know that already? Who didn't know that from the many rallies and the many interviews he's done, he can go on these wild, nonsensical tangents. And but the one thing that Kamala Harris did not attack Trump on was his cognitive decline. It is look, you have to be blind as a bat to not see that Trump be slurring his words, be losing his train of thought, be right? Just last week, it was important. Oh, you just don't understand. I was politically persecuted. Who didn't know that? Then when you go to Kamala, she sounds like the type of woman who would be better as a kindergarten teacher or as a contributor on Sesame Street, where you can have a whole bunch of kids, right? You have some Asian kids, some Japanese kids, the one black kid with the ringworm and the booger in his nose and stuff like that in the back, and then she'll have the count. She'll have uh what's that motherfucker name? Cookie Monster, right? And Cookie Monster, what's a Kamala? Is it a cookie? Or you have Elmo and Big Bird and Snuffleupagus, and they'll sing some songs, right? And then everybody's all glad handing and happy and all that. And today's episode, kids, is sponsored by the letter T. That's the kind of woman I see Kamala Harris as. Do I see her as somebody who is inspiring, somebody who is presidential, somebody who can, you know, galvanize the country and bring everybody together? No. Can she be on Barney with the Triceratops and the dinosaur I want to drop kick on sight? Absolutely. She could be right there on Barney. I love you. You love me. We were happy family. With a great big house and a kiss for me to you. We have said you love me too. No, yeah, that's what Kamala Harris could be. She could do all that. But something presidential? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, what is the plan? Right? And I find it funny that on her website, she actually put up her plan of how she's going to combat all these things that's going on. But my thing is this: you're already in power. You are already in power right now. What are you talking about? Oh, well, if you elect me, I promise to do this. I promise to do that. But you're already in power right now. You're already in the position right now to do something about it. But if you ask me, right, if you take all this craziness aside, right, if you put all that bullshit aside, what's going to lose Donald Trump this election is what happened on January 6th. Now, look, a lot of people went to jail behind Trump. A lot of people got put on no fly list, no thanks to Trump. A lot of people lost their jobs, no thanks to Trump. Because he was sitting up here peddling these election lies about, and he only been saying that for months. He's only been saying for months that, hey, look, if I lose this election, it's rigged. What's up, y'all? I see y'all up in the building. Ted, my sister Day Love, Tamara Shepherd, everybody that's up in here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you can hit that like button. Trey Brown, salute to you as well for being up in here. Hit that like button, support the channel. This is my Cash App, this is my PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. I mean, the man lies like it was going out of style, but who didn't know that? Kamala Harris putting on these like um, thinly veiled type promises, and you have to use your imagination to fill in the blanks. Who didn't know that already? So again, what have we learned from from two individuals who was out here slinging mud butt? What have we learned? We've learned nothing. If you was a Trump supporter going into the debate last night, in all likelihood, you was a Trump supporter coming out of the debate last night. If you was a camel toe, oh camel toe. If you was a Kamala Harris supporter going into the debate last night, it was in all likelihood you came out being a supporter of Kamala Harris after the debate last night. You, we have learned nothing. They talked about January 6th and they talked about, you know, what was going on during this other stuff, right? Like, for example, right, coming from the Baltimore Sun, they said one of the biggest challenges facing Harris in the 2024 election was displayed in Philadelphia as hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters gathered outside hours before the debate and pushed an abandon Harris effort, right? Now, I don't got nothing to do with what's going on in Gaza and Palestine, so I'm not going to speak on that, right? Because that doesn't affect me. Then they talked about the economy. The first question was asked to Kamala Harris if they were better off than they were 4 years ago, a nod to the economic struggles America face. Well, guess what? Americans are still struggling right now. They're still struggling right now. Forget 4 years ago, you got bacon that's costing $10 at Publix. You got rent. 10 years ago, a two-bedroom was like $1,400 out here in Virginia. Now it is like damn near $3,000. And again, you would talk about the housing situation, but yet what you don't want to talk about is why all these private investors like BlackRock and Airbnb and other investors are able to gobble up all these properties out here and then charge you exorbitant amount of money just to stay there. They're not talking about people who are trying to apply to get a place to live. There's always some income restriction, or there's some credit barrier, or there's some kind of other barrier that will prevent you from living in a place that is stable and affordable. Meanwhile, some illegal immigrant named Hector can come in, stick his hand out. All you gotta have is a dingy beard and a dirty hand with all the dirt under the cuticles or whatever like that. And that individual will get all kinds of money, subsidiary resources. Hell, he might get everything he wants. And he ain't got to do a goddamn thing but stick his hand out. Then they talking about some stupid ass rumor that's been debunked. No thanks to people like JD Vance spreading that bullshit ass rumor around, talking about, oh, they're eating dogs. Now, look, I'm out here now, and I've been going around for years, right? What's up, Michael Wilson? Salute to you. You know one thing they have not seen? Going up and down Virginia, going to DC, going to Baltimore, going to Philadelphia. I've been rolling around up and down this East Coast. You know one thing I have not seen? I have not seen some immigrant holding some cookout and have some damn Rottweiler rotating on a spit. That's one thing I have not seen. I don't know where the fuck that bullshit came from. I have not seen some kid corso chopped up, battered, and deep fried. So I don't understand where that nonsense is coming from. But if you followed where a lot of this bullshit gets started from, you go a lot of these Discord servers and 4chan and all these other private servers, and somebody in there will cook up some bullshit. That bullshit will gain traction, and eventually it's going to end up on Fox Newsmax or OAN, and Trump is going to run with it. JD Vance is going to run with it, or some other right wing sock puppet going to slurp that bullshit up and sling that bullshit out to the masses, and hopes that they take that and run with it. I don't know what the Republicans' infatuation with Hannibal Lecter and 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 cannibalism and all this other stupid ass shit. I don't know if it's an attempt to fearmonger a base that's already been fearmongered and they want to be fed their proverbial red meat, no pun intended, or they're trying to scare new voters, but that tactic doesn't work. We're gonna look at you like you're fucking stupid if you believe that there's illegals out here just trapping dogs using whatever buoy trap they have, whether it be a rope, whether it be a rope with a hook on it, whether it be some brownies that has some kind of like tranquilizer mixed in it or whatever stupid ass shit or whatever bullshit ass conspiracy theory. None of that shit makes sense. We're just gonna look at you like you're stupid if you out there peddling that. Like if I'm buying groceries at the store, and some random Joe Schmo that's running around here with Demon Dash teeth, having a generation gap in their mouth, approaches me, hey man, you heard about the illegals killing dogs? I'll be like, look man, get your ass out of here, all right? Because you sound stupid right now. Oh man, I got that from the news. Do you believe everything the news tell you? No. All right then, get the fuck out of here. So again, what did we learn from the debate last night, class? We've learned nothing. We've learned nothing. Okay? What's up, Lemon Pepper Lou? Hey, I hope everything works out for you, bro. Straight up, man. I hope that you're doing all right and your cancer situation is going better for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you nothing but the best, Lemon Pepper Lou, in your fight against this horrific situation you got going on. But yeah, and the thing about this is the only time they're going to debate. We are less than 60 days away from the general election. So if you're looking for another debate between these two, it's going to be highly unlikely. It's not like that they can just call each other up on the phone and be like, "Hey, you want to have a debate? Yeah, let's have a debate." And then we just have some impromptu live stream and then they go at it. It takes planning, it takes coordination, it takes money to do this stuff. So this is the first, last, and only debate in all likelihood that they're going to have. For all I know, from what I know, this is it. Unless something just come completely out of the blue, this is it. Next month is going to be JD Vance and Tim Walz, and I expect Tim Walz to wipe the floor with JD Vance, right? I don't know what Trump. I don't know what Trump was thinking picking this guy. He has been a complete disaster as a VP pick, right? He was better off picking Byron Donalds. Now, I have no love for Byron Donalds. He is a bona fide shoe shuffling Sambo and a sellout, right? But the way he articulates things on TV versus the way JD Vance can articulate things on TV, the better pick would have been Byron Donalds. Now, this is in no way, shape, form, or fashion to endorse that motherfucker, because again, he is a Sambo, he is a sellout, he is a coon, he is a buck dancer, he is the new legion of bootlicks that be among us, right? So it is what it is, right? It's a complete shit show. It was a complete shit show last night. I had a better time with Two Raw, providing comedy hour. We did a live stream together. Well, he did the live stream. He just happened to let me in there, and then we turned that into a random comedy hour, right? Which was good. So shouts out to Two Raw for TV. That's the homie. We always have these live stream collaborations. Sometimes he come on my channel, other times I'll go on his channel. But yeah, I enjoyed the live stream that we did together last night or whatever, and that video's still up. So if you have not caught that, uh, go sub to Two Raw for TV, and check that out for yourself, right? But yeah, so those were basically my takeaways from the debate last night. Um, yeah, if you want to, if you could drop the link, that'd be great, Day Love. If you could put that link in the chat, that'd be great. What's up, Reef? Salute to my man Reef, the watcher in the building. Right now, look, without going into name dropping whoever, right? But you already know the usual suspects, the bootlicks, the pundits, these quote unquote experts, right? They're going to look at this and they're going to have their own partisan view of what they thought the debate was last night. If you on the Democratic side, they're going to say that Kamala won, while pointing out all the Trump's lies and other inaccuracies. And then if you're on the Republican side, right, like the Fox News, the Newsmax, the OANs of the world, right, Charlie Kirks of the world, they're going to say that Trump won the debate, and they're going to point out all of Kamala Harris's lies and inaccuracies or whatever. And then the bootlegs on each side are going to try to make their quote unquote compelling case, even though I don't believe Tim Scott can spell the word compelling, you let alone put it in a complete sentence. That's understandable. But he's going to damn near try, right? That bootleg ballhead extraordinaire, right? They're going to try to say that, Donald Trump did this, that, and the third, and that Kamala Harris, well, she's just no good right now. She's in power right now. And then the bootlicks on the left, like the old nigga Jim Clyburn's, once he detached his lips from a plate of catfish and some whiting, he'll sit up there with his greasy ass lips and his greasy ass fingers, and he's going to sit up there talking about how Kamala was captivated throughout the country. And then Van Jones, right? Because we always got to throw Van Jones in there. Van Jones is going to go in his little crying session. He's going to have some onions. He's going to have some Kleenex, and he's going to be right there in that CNN desk. A star was born last night. She just put on a captivating performance. You gotta understand me. You gotta understand right what's going on right now. I'm so emotional. I just wanted to let you know that she's going to become the next president of the United States. You just don't know how proud I am right now, because she really took the bull by the horns. Get it out there, Vanessa. Get it out. Get it out. Right? But if you ask somebody who's holding their vote, like a guy like myself, again, there are no winners here. There are no winners here. Right? Remember, she was the border czar. And Lester Holt, that pasty faced bastard, asked her a couple softball questions, and she's out there stuttering like a goddamn skip CD from back in the day. I hadn't been to Europe either. You asked Trump about the border, right? Because, he was flailing. And look, when he was president, he didn't do shit about the border. They were coming in through planes, trains, and automobiles and tunnels that they dug up. And he was calling them caravans. So when Trump was president, he didn't do nothing about the goddamn border. But all of a sudden now, and this is why I fault the Biden-Harris administration, because you do got executive orders and then you do have powers in place that can address the situation. But you didn't. You let a guy out of who's not in power have more power than you. So if a guy who's out of power have more power than you, then why are you holding the power when you're not going to wield it? Make it make sense. I mean, have we forgotten about the beef shortage? Right? People talk about this beef shortage, and yet I can still go to Texas Roadhouse. Make it make sense. If there's this massive beef shortage, I shouldn't be able to go to Texas Roadhouse. If there's this massive chicken shortage, I should not be able to get an 8-piece from Bojangles. There shouldn't be all these YouTube channels making all kinds of elaborate chicken dishes if there was this chicken shortage. If there was this beef shortage, there shouldn't be all these YouTube channels making all this Wagyu beef. Hey, we got this Japanese A5 Australian, this Japanese A5 Wagyu. We're gonna put this on a we're gonna put this in the oven and we're gonna let it come up to temp up to 120, and then we're gonna take it out, we're gonna let it cool, and then we're gonna sear it off, and then it's gonna be a perfect medium rare. That's what you see a lot of these YouTube channels out here, but with all this massive beef shortage. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe it. So again, what have we learned, class, from these presidential debate? The one and only presidential debate we're gonna get before the election. What have we learned? Absolutely nothing. Exactly. There are no plans in place. It's not more than political theater, one big old mud butt slinging contest. That's exactly what was going on. I could go on and on and on and on about this, right? But I know that a lot of you have busy schedules. You got a life you got to live. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!